Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be looking at the character wheel updates. As far as I know, it's going to be the elite character wheel, prestige wheel and the 5-star wheel. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through each wheel and just stop it on, when a character is new. I'll probably edit it in between so there's not too much waiting. We're going to check out the elite character wheel, and first off it shows the ascendables in each wheel. So obviously Maggie is new, Shiva was here before. We have Shane, who is new. We have Dev, who is new to this wheel. We also have Ezekiel, who is new, Guardian 2. We also have Jesse, who is new. And we have Gator, who is new. I believe Kenny was in here before, but of course he is an ascendable now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip forward if I notice any 5-stars that are new that aren't ascendable, and I'll just edit that through. Okay, this Eugene has been added to the elite token wheel. I think he's new within the elite token wheel. We also have the next character, who's Connie, who again I think is new, but it looks like the rest are going to be the same old characters, so again I'll edit it in. Sandy is in the elite character wheel as well. I think she's new in the elite character wheel. I think she was in prestige before, but I think she's new in the elite character wheel, which is pretty cool. We also have Blue Victor, who I think is new in the elite character wheel. Again, I think he was in prestige before, or he might have only been in Premier as like a side character. I'm not sure about this character. I think she might be new in the elite character wheel. I'm not 100% certain. Margaret. I think Samurai Jesus, this one is new in the elite character wheel as well. So I think that's it for the 5-star characters that have been added to the elite character wheel. There was a Laura, the non-ascendable one. I'm not sure. She might be new. There may be some new 4-stars in here as well, but I'm not sure. A couple of old ones that were added once before have remained, Amy and Monica, to name 2, which I think are pretty good 5-stars. So some of the better ones are still there. It does look like the list has been shortened, which is kind of cool. So you've seen a bunch of ascendables. There's no Mirabelle in there anymore. There's I don't think there was Carl in there before, but he's not there anymore either. So now we're going to switch over to the prestige wheel and see what has been added to prestige. So it looks like a couple of the same characters: Shane, Jesse, Dev, Maggie as well. Shiva's still in here. Okay. Gator's been added. So there have been some characters removed. So no Tyrese. Nothing like that. Ezekiel. Kenny. I don't actually mind them being removed. If they've traded them out, that's fine. So it could be the same characters that are in this wheel that are in the elite character wheel. Again, I'll just skip through. Oh, okay. These are the same characters that were in Prestige before, so some of these are fairly rare. Like I said, I'll skip through and see if there's any other new characters that have been added. I think Rosita here is new to the Prestige wheel. I'm not 100% certain. I know there are some slightly rarer characters that were within Prestige, but she could be new. I am not 100% certain again on this Dwight. I know there are some 5-stars in here that were in here before. Again, he's another revive, this time an alert character. Okay, so again, I think that's it for the new additions within the 5-stars. Again, there could be new 4-stars. There could also be 5-star common characters that were added that I'm just so used to seeing within 5-star tokens that I don't think it's really that big a deal to highlight them being added to the prestige wheel. So we'll check out now the 5-star tokens, and this was where I've got some pulls as well. I've got 6 pulls. And in this one, slightly better characters have been added. So you've got Richard, who has Waste Not. You also have Aiko, who has Waste Not. Cal, Guardian 2. You also have Ares, who is a great character. Morgan, probably the lesser of the characters that have been added. You also have Chainsaw Alpha. I think this is Chainsaw Alpha, right? Yeah, Chainsaw Alpha has been added. Decapitate character, which is legit. And we also have Kenny, who was already in there, but he's remained in there. So it does look like they've removed Shiva, Carl, very common characters that we had in here before, Tyrese, Barker, and I don't mind that too much if they keep the rotation every like month or 2 months. Hopefully we get information on how long this it's going to be between the rotations. I think that's a good way of doing things. I'm not really sure if any of the other characters in here are new. Again, I'll skip through and then I'll just do my pulls. Okay, so it doesn't look like any of the other characters that have been added to the wheel or on the wheel are new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my 6 and then I'll go through the new ascendables, just talking about each ascendable, saying which one I think is is nice. I'm going to pull on Gator because you kind of have to. If I get one of the new ascendables, I'll be pretty happy. So hopefully we can get something nice. Oh, a Gator's not in here, so it's got to be the boat god himself. Oh my god, that's actually a pretty good one to get. Okay, that's a good one. I was gonna say pretty much one of the few ones I'd want. It'd be Ico. So I can be pretty happy with that one. And we get a Kenny, but it's like my 4th. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy. First one out. A first one out. She's 725% damage to one enemy, and specialist skill is waste not. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Okay, so we'll go through the ascendables that are in here now. Didn't check the percentage. I think the percentages remain the same. Yet it's going to be 7% chance. Okay, so I'll go through the ascendables. The first one is Richard, who I think is quite good. 600% damage to one enemy. Up to 2 enemies get 50% heal reduction for 2 turns. Specialist skill is when this specialist kills an enemy with an attack or adrenaline rush, any excess damage is dealt to one adjacent target. So that's I think he's a pretty decent character. Waste not, big damage, 76 AP, kind of the same thing that Ico, who I just got, is basically exactly the same. Basically, a lot of people were kind of saying that this is the 6-star version of 5-star Andrea. I guess, obviously, one of the biggest things about Andrea as a 5-star was that she was so fast. So, maybe not so much. Now, the next character is Cal, who I already have. I think this character is really good. I think when he was originally released, people really didn't like the fact that he had low defense. And I can kind of understand that because he is a character that's a support character, so you want him to stay alive. But you can give him a weapon that gives defense. And now with combat mods, you can massively tank him out if you want to as well. You can give him, you know, an extra like 1,000 defense with combat mod set and a combat mod that actually has defense on it as well. So he can have huge amounts of defense, no problem now. He's Guardian 2, and I think it's awesome that they've added a Guardian 2 to the 5-star wheel. There are some people who didn't get Ezekiel when he was first released and don't have any Guardian characters, and it does make a massive difference. Obviously, Ezekiel is in the elite character wheel, but that's really like, they don't hand out elite character tokens enough in my opinion, and the chance of getting one, you know, him is gonna, you know, it could take you like years to get Ezekiel on that wheel, whereas Cal on this one, you've got more realistic chance. And Cal, like I say, I think he's good. He's got good control, active skills good, adrenaline rush is good in terms of control, and specialist skill in terms of Guardian is awesome. Next up, we've got Ares. I think she's a little slow. I think it's 85 AR, and I mean, I think she can solo pretty well. World map, she can solo pretty well, like if she's the last person alive on attack or a defense team. But she is quite slow. You're going to have to make a really nice weapon for her. You're going to have to build her out really like perfectly. But she could be dangerous if you build her out perfectly. She's got Hold the Line, which obviously makes her more powerful as the last character alive. I don't know. I wouldn't be disappointed with getting her if I'm honest. She has got weapons already where it's got reflect damage. I don't think they're great. 30% defense maybe is nice, but even then, I'm not really sure. She's got pretty balanced stats, which is, I guess, good and bad. She isn't going to lean one way or the other. I guess most people would see her as a tanky character due to Hold the Line. This Morgan I did get in lucky tokens. I wasn't really happy with getting him. I wasn't like disappointed. It was a new character, so I guess he's in the 5-star wheel now. So, I mean, supposedly he could be a pretty good leader. And his rush isn't too bad in terms of like what it can do. Debuffs people's damage 60% down, and I don't know. I'm not a mega fan of him. And lastly, as the new characters that have been added is Decapitate. So we've got a second Decapitate character, and this is the first melee Decapitate, which is going to be like openly available for free to play, which is awesome. It does replace effectively Tyrese on this wheel. So if you didn't get Tyrese, now you're going to have to go for Alpha if you want a Decapitate character. Her rush is pretty impressive in terms of how it reads, but I don't think it's going to deal mega damage. Even though she has decent damage, it's quite a low percentage. Again, it's going to depend on how you do her weapon and how you mod her out. Her weapon, I'm not sure what her active is. Attack up and AP gain. So you could potentially do her active and then command her a turn before her rush. So she could be on turn 3, she does her active, gets her rush, command her, and okay, and she does a lot more damage with that. Okay, now her weapon is actually pretty decent. It's identical to the weapon that we got that was Dwight's rifle from the museum event last year, where it has 30% attack and double attack. She's going to be okay attack character, I think. Obviously it's an off trait crit, which is really rare, and it's a chainsaw, so it looks kind of cool. I don't think it's like on point in terms of the lore so much, but it looks cool. You know, you use what you can in the apocalypse. And obviously she's got Decapitate, which is really powerful against revives, especially now that there are, you know, a lot of melee revives in Tyrese and Dante, and I see these mixed teams as well where you have Erica in these teams just randomly. It can be quite hard to take these down, so with a Decapitate on melee, that looks pretty good. So I did get one of the nicer characters that are, I guess, new, and we'll just check out the character I got, and it was Aiko, and I'm actually pretty happy with that. I probably prefer it on my other region, if I'm honest. I'm not too bothered which character I would get on this region, but if I'm honest, I'm happy that I got her on this region as well. I think she could potentially be good. She's going to maybe work well with Dwight. Having Waste Not, she can really destroy an alert character and pass over damage to another character, so there's potential there. I'll have to see, I'll have to mess about, but I think she's worth ascending. She's going to do huge amounts of damage, so I'm actually really happy with getting this character. I did do a one pull for her on my stream, so it would have been funny if I got her there and then get her here as well. So that's the end of my video, guys. Tell me what you guys think of the new updates to the Elite Character Wheel, Prestige Wheel, and of course the 5-star wheel. Obviously the 5-star wheel updates are basically replacements. Really strong characters are coming in terms of damage. Nice support characters are coming in. I think Cal's pretty good, and we are of course getting you know, the odd healer and support character and elite character tokens and stuff, and prestige. These are going to be harder to come by maybe, but I mean, I kind of like some of the characters that have been added. I am disappointed that some of the characters have been removed. Obviously there's going to be no Shiva and 5-star tokens now, and I never got a Shiva on one of my regions, and I know some people have just never got a Shiva as well. But hopefully they give us some information in the next 24-48 hours, maybe early next week, in terms of what their plan is going forward with the 5-star wheels and stuff like that. Whether they're just going to leave it now and then just wait until people start complaining about it being updated again, or if it's actually going to be every so often we're going to actually want to update it. I hope it's going to be that. I hope it's like every 2 to 3 months we're going to maybe swap 1 or 2 of the characters around. And I'd hope that the same would happen with Ascendance. There should be maybe 3 different characters in each trait of Ascendance that is an ascendable character at any given time. And I think there's 15 total in each trait, so it doesn't give you a massive chance of getting an ascendable, but there is a chance that I think within tough there's only 1, Sadiq for instance. So I mean, that's just my opinion. Tell me what you guys think. That's the end of this video, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.